Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So we heard back from Turo's corporate office today, and what was told to me is going to shock the hell out of you guys. And it's probably going to really deter you guys from ever using Turo as a host or as a guest. All right, guys, so I'm sure you guys watched the video that came out yesterday about the issue that I had with the Turo guest. And so if you guys haven't, let me give you guys just a real quick recap. Basically, long story short, I rented to a guest who took the vehicle out of state to Washington, D.C. without my permission, ran up a bunch of tolls and charging fees on the Tesla Model 3 Performance, and damaged the wheels, smoked marijuana in it, left marijuana in the vehicle. And I reached out to some of my law enforcement friends that live here in the Chicago area, and they actually ran him through NCIC, found that he had a suspended driver's license since February 4th, 2021, and is actually going to court right now for driving on a suspended license, no seatbelt, bodily injury with a motor vehicle, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. There's a bunch of stuff. Active cases. Literally, he has a court date tomorrow at 9 a.m. He has another court date on September 12th at 9 a.m. There's a lot going on. So anyway, corporate reached out to me literally within the last hour, and I had a conversation with this lady. And in the beginning, she started the conversation off sounding like she was on my side and she was here to help me, and she was so apologetic and blah, 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 blah. And then all of that changed. So she tells me, she says, I number one, the guest has been suspended indefinitely, I'm using the word indefinitely. She said that he will never be allowed back on the Turo platform. He is banned permanently and can never come back. But not because of what he did to my car, just because of the way he talked to me in the app. So that makes no sense. The other thing was, she told me that I am not allowed to have my law enforcement friends to run any of the guest through NCIC. For those of you that don't know what NCIC is, it is the National Criminal Database that's only available to law enforcement. So I was told that part of Turo's terms of service is we are not allowed to background check or check our guest. What? These are our vehicles. The Tesla Model 3, the one that I have, brand new, is a $64,000 vehicle. The Volkswagen Tiguan, $35,000 vehicle, $40,000 vehicle, brand new. And you're telling me I can't check the guest? Somebody needs to check them because you guys aren't doing it. So I then tell her, I said, well, had we have not ran him through NCIC, we wouldn't have known that he's had a suspended driver's license since February 4th, 2021. She stops me. She goes, no, I have access to the DMV system. No, he does not. I said, really? Law enforcement ran his name and his driver's license number. I have a copy of his driver's license. Oh, that was the other thing, Colby, I didn't tell you. I told her, I said, I have a copy of his driver's license. She goes, how do you have a copy of his driver's license? Because I fucking took a picture of it. That's how. That's not allowed. Oh, so I'm not supposed to have any information on this fucking random stranger that you guys just stuck in my vehicle and allowed to drive to Washington, D.C., smoking marijuana, probably listening to Bob Marley, just fucking chilling out and hanging out and having a good old time. Yeah, I think the fuck not. So anyway, so she tells me, she goes, well, you've violated the terms of service of Turo. And she goes, if you continue to have your law enforcement friends or law enforcement run guest name, then we're going to ban you from Turo as well. I said, you don't have to ban me. I banned myself. I will never use the Turo platform again. And anybody that's watching this as a guest or a host, I would highly suggest that you guys remove your vehicles off of the Turo platform, because they do not give a damn about you, about your vehicles, about your livelihood, or anything else. All they care about is making the dollar. So where we ended it, I ended up hanging up on her. I told her the conversation was done. She could ban my account, do whatever she wanted to. I want my money that I'm owed, and I'm done. I won't use Turo again. The other things that we talked about was, back in the day when I lived in Hawaii and was doing this, Turo had an option for host. We could set in the app where when you guys went in to book a reservation, it would either book immediately or it would send a notification to us, and we had the option to accept or deny the booking. They got rid of that. They don't allow us as host to have any say-so in who they rent our vehicles to. And that's why my vehicle ended up with an Emperor Elder who has no driver's license, has drug charges and bodily injury charges with the vehicle, and you name it, this person's got it. And that's verified by law enforcement. Last thing I'm going to tell you guys, just a quick update on him as well. This last video that I put out, I didn't get a chance to tell you guys this because I didn't find this out before I went to bed last night. My law enforcement friend reached back out to me, and they showed up at Emperor's house last night, and he was out on the front porch drinking a beer, and they got out of the patrol car and started to walk up, and he dropped his beer and took off running. And it's funny because the guy that went up to make contact with him, he goes, he looked like Beyonce with his dreads flapping in the breeze, just running from him. And they haven't been able to locate him since. So I don't know. He's probably in hiding. He's probably terrified that his ass is fixing to go to jail. But he better be at that court date tomorrow because they'll be there. Anyway, guys, that's it for this video. It's just a real quick short one. I wanted to give you guys an update and tell you guys to protect yourself against Turo. Don't do business with them because they don't care. Y'all have a good day.